February 12th, 2019. Founders Syndrome isn't a problem at Big Cat Rescue. Letter to donors Arthur Little and his wife of the Little Family Foundation. It's always good to hear from you, and I just shudder to think about that poor tiger being abandoned in Houston that way yesterday. Grossly overweight tiger was found in a transport cage in an abandoned house by dope heads looking for a place to get high. Years ago, Patty Finch, who was leading the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries at the time, was canvassing sanctuaries to find out how they were dealing with Founders Syndrome. That's where founders take the position that no one can do the work as well as they can, so they become a bottleneck for growth. When they die or become incapacitated, the sanctuary fails because no one knew how to do what they did. Patty would ask staff and volunteers, what would happen if your founder was hit by a bus tomorrow? And the typical answers were that the place would fall apart and they'd wail and they didn't know what they'd do. Our cross-training has been so inclusive for nearly our entire existence that we don't have that problem. When our volunteers and staff were asked that question, Patty reported back that they almost didn't seem to grasp that there would be any change in what happens at the sanctuary. They did say they'd miss me, but that was the extent of their concern for the sanctuary. We provide all of that same training to other sanctuaries for free at zoocollege.com, and they can offer it for free to any of their volunteers or staff by choosing the annual plan and using the code ZOOFREE. It's 50 classes going up 5 levels, with the top level being the training necessary to do what I do. Feel free to use the code and check it out for a really extensive answer to the question, I'll get this in a minute. What are you doing to grow people who will do their best to fill your shoes? Now, unfortunately, this was written in 2019, and as of the date of recording this, which is November 7th of 2022, Zoo College no longer exists. The sanctuaries were not using it, and I just couldn't see keeping it up, hosting it for no purpose when nobody was utilizing the tools there. If you're enjoying my diary, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find other ways to connect to me over at bigcatrescue.org/Carole.Baskin.